What is happening, everyone? It is May 31st, 2026. You are listening once again to the Listen Man podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Guys, I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm actually standing today. I have my desk over here to the left of me. If you're watching, still can't see it. I'm just pointing to it, but taking a different look at life from a standing position and podcasting while standing, trying to do a little bit different. I think I'm more natural of a talker when I'm standing and active. So trying this out and hopefully the sound and the message hits. But guys, it's been a great week. My birthday was last Sunday. I'm actually just got back from Boston, seeing some friends up in Maine as well. And it's been a really good week. So I had to come on here and share some of the positivity with y'all. But May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I want to take the last day of the month to remind everyone to please check in on everyone that you know may need a little extra love, checked in on, listened to, or that you just haven't caught up with in a while, that maybe your message and checking in on them might make all the difference in their day. Guys, I turned 33 last week, and one of the most important things that I think I took away from my birthday is life is about what you give, not what you get. And it seems kind of odd coming off of my birthday because I did get quite a bit. I had so many friends who reached out, called me, texted me, FaceTimed, what have you, sent me cards. I always love cards. I'm a big words of affirmation person. And I was just so grateful and filled with love that the people in my life who know me reached out and let me know how much I mean to them. Something that I find within myself is what we find is that what we didn't have maybe at different points of our life growing up, through past relationships, through work, whatever, plays a big role in what we look for and how we receive love. And one of the things for me is I feel like I'm a giver, particularly of words. I'm a caregiver as a nurse and as a coach, but when I get that care back, especially when it's initiated without me asking, it just means a little extra more because I know that's something that I try and go out of my way to do for others because that's who I am. And that's something that means a lot to me. And that's how I share my love. But it also means a lot when others do that back to me. And as I was reflecting on my visit home and seeing friends and being a little bit in their space and in their lives, the biggest thing that kept coming up was, what do you want this year and what do you want life moving forward to be? It's always a very reflective time in my year. I usually use my birthday and New Year's to kind of be my two times where I do a reboot and think about life in those terms and refresh, recharge. I love my birthday. It's the one day I unequivocally am like, I'm the best. And I really, really do love just reaching out to people and people reaching out to me. I kind of take that time to be selfish and make sure that I use that use that variable very up. And when I'm giving of myself as a person, as a nurse, as a coach, the things that I really crave are communication, building relationships, and making sure people feel listened to. So it's really heavy on the relationship communication side. Listening is a piece of that, but I'm very heavy on that because often that's what I have felt I've missed at different points in my life, especially working in mental health and being a man. There isn't always that listening piece that we do very well for one another. I will say, without a stat to back it up, women do a much better job of joining in groups, of being with one another, being in community, and sharing activities and life together and opening up in a more authentic way and being actually able to just listen without any expectation other than I hear you and I'm listening to you and I will be whatever you need from me in that moment. And as a man, we don't always do that naturally, right? We do it in different ways. We do it maybe side by side at the bar, or we do it through sports and ways that we have our own outlets. But as a more mature version of myself at 33, where I wouldn't have done this at 23, is it's about giving that to other people, which is what brought me here to coaching. I love my job, and I've talked about being a nurse in different podcasts and different episodes and videos that I've done. Being a nurse for me is something that's so special because of what my grandfather taught me through his journey with cancer. Being at his appointments, he was my best friend. So following him around was something I just enjoyed. So it was simple for me to always be there for him because I just love him so much. Obviously, when he passed away, it was time to start thinking about what I wanted to do with college and my career and my life. Nursing seemed like the easiest transition because I'd always spent so much time in a hospital. And obviously, there's so many different ways that you can take your nursing degree and make it work in the real world. And flexibility is something that's really important to me. So having different options, chances to do new things and grow in that way was something that I really craved. And as I've continued to grow and understand more about myself and what my passions are, I came to a new and greater understanding of what drives me and what fuels me, gets me out of bed, and what I love doing. And relationships, communication, and particularly listening have been the biggest means that I feel like I'm able to give my gifts, my skills, my passions to the world. And as we continue to evolve as people and grow, we understand that life is not just about us. Funny because I just came off saying that like my birthday is the time where I come back and I say, hey, like, remember me? You love me, right? But being an innate giver and someone that was raised by a fantastic mother and three older sisters that really taught me how to care for others, how to listen, how to be there, how to serve. Having my grandfather and his journey with cancer and being a nurse through my career and really sitting with cancer patients, people that are going through some of the toughest journeys, going through times that are very difficult, vulnerable. I've learned a lot by just being able to sit with someone can speak volumes, not even speaking and just being present with them. That speaks much louder than any word can. And as I continue to evolve, as I continue to look for ways that I can grow and that I can give back to the world, the constant reverberating message is building relationships, communicating well with one another, and listening. And I don't want to take too much time today to go into those things because there's so much depth that can be said about what these things mean as a people, whether that's you're someone that's a cancer patient, whether that's someone that you're my friend, whether that's another coach, whether that's my family member. Those things resonate with me on a level that I have boundless energy to talk about these things, to share, to give back, and to communicate that to the people in my life, no matter how I interact with you. I like to look at my patients as people. I hate even saying the word patient because I see the person first. The diagnosis is there and we obviously treat that, but just being an individual walking alongside of someone is the greatest gift that I can think about and that I could ever imagine doing in my life. One of the things that I struggle with sometimes is my purpose in how I authentically show up. I've spoken about being a man and how we really crave feeling needed and that our gifts are given and how we see that very concrete growth showing up in front of us. That's really important to men. And I can speak that for myself whenever I hear good feedback verbally or I see that my work has changed someone's life, either in their tone that day and how they show up and maybe their mood, or just in how they physically feel because my intervention was able to make them be more comfortable or in less pain or less nauseous, whatever that may be. or in coaching where I see someone have more initiative or be able to take time and appreciate their journey instead of looking at it as a burden, look at it as a strength that they carry. Those moments mean a lot because that shows you that you're on the right path and that your effort and your energy have changed them in a way that goes beyond any money, any outfit, any car, any house, any status or power associated thing. What you do for them in those moments is what gets me out of bed and what keeps me going. And finding those things in your life, whatever that may be, whether that's the same as me as communication, building relationships, or whether that's in helping people be safe or being there and being able to build something physically to enable someone to live out their dream or help someone retire or just be the best friend that you can be and just be someone that is a really good listener and gives someone good advice or shares in people's blessings and joys or is there in the hard times and just sits with them and is present. One thing that I think is very universal to all of us is being present and being a really good friend, being a good nurse, whatever career you have. One of the top skills, I think, which can be learned and which I think most people would come back and they would be able to, in some way, represent means a lot to them is someone was present with me. Someone paid attention. I didn't feel like a number. I didn't feel like a patient. I didn't feel like a burden to them. I am a person first, and they treated me as such. And so I encourage you to find ways that you can really grow whatever your purpose is and think about ways that you really connect because it always comes down to we want what money can't buy. The things that we truly crave in life are things that we can't ever put a price on. My family, their health, my friends, their happiness, my godchildren, and their safety and upbringing and spirituality, or just in life in general. All those things are things that weigh on the heart. You can't see them. I can't put any dollar amount on how much that I would give for those things to be met if I could. And right, and some things we can put money towards, but obviously it's a much deeper felt experience of what we want to share, what we want to see our loved ones have in their lives. But constantly growing those seeds and watering those plants and those things in our lives, which we can never pay enough money towards. We can never have enough of what we can never have enough, excuse me, of what we don't or need, right? Things that we have superficial needs for, things that we see in our clothing and our cars and our status, our power, whatever goes in that category. Those superficial earthly things we can never get enough of because they will never fill us. But things like love and peace and connection, those things will never go dry. And when we water those things in our lives and we continue to impress upon filling up our cup with the things that are formless, things that are spiritual, things that fill our higher self, we will continue to grow as people. We will continue to be happy, fulfilled, and live out our purpose. And guys, I hope this message really resonated with you. Remember, your words matter. What you say and how you say them, they matter. Mean what you say what you mean, but always listen, man. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Take care.